Is Carson Palmer here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Carson?
Rich, I'm great. It's been a while. I haven't talked to you in a while.
It has been. When was the last time that you and I spoke? Was it at a charity event? David Dunn?
Probably something like that. I don't remember, but it's been too long. Everything good with you?
Everything's fine with me. How are the kids, Carson? How are the kids?
Great.
Yeah?
They're a little bit sick. We got a couple colds going on right now, which when one gets sick, as you know, everybody gets sick. So other than that, everybody's doing great. I appreciate you asking.
How old are those kids now?
I have twins that are 5.5 and a 3.5-year-old.
How do they do with turning the clocks back, which is the most cruel and unusual punishment for parents of small children, Carson? It's an outrage.
I'm still trying to figure that out. There is no in Arizona. There is no time change.
Oh, good.
So it's weird. We're still on. I believe we're on Central Time now, or maybe we're on Mountain Standard Time now. So that didn't affect us, fortunately.
Oh, good. See that? So everything's working for you right now.
Yeah,
everything's working. The clocks don't affect you. It seems like everything is working for you. You're the only undefeated starting quarterback in the National Football League. To what do you attribute this renaissance in the desert, Carson?
Well, we've started fast. We got off to a really good start, which is something we learned from last year, because we ended up going 10-6 last year and losing some games early, then caught fire at the end of the year and missed the playoffs. And I think the main group of guys that was here last year, we really realized how important it is to get off to a fast start. And we started off, as you said, 7-1, but there's still a ton of football to be played. We still have a lot of division games and a couple of really tough. We still got to play the Lions and a handful of other teams too. So we got our work cut out for us, but we're off to a good start, and we need to keep it rolling.
Yeah, the Rams coming off of wins at San Francisco, home against Seattle, and now they're coming to your house this week. Before we turn to that, though, I want to talk about the game against Dallas and how it just seems that everything offensively is working. What about Bruce Arians, that dovetails into your game, do you think, Carson?
Well, it's a great system. It's a very quarterback-friendly system. You really don't go into any game plan and say we're going to do this or we're going to do that. He can adjust on the fly. If the run's there, he's going to let you run the ball. If the passing's there, he's going to let you pass it. He's not stuck in his ways where we're going to stick with this game plan and nothing else matters. He adjusts to different pressures. He adjusts to different coverages, and we have quite a bit going on in our playbook, and quite a lot of plays to get to, a lot of different schemes to get to, and when you get into a game plan and he sees one thing he likes, he tries to exploit what he likes against the defense, and he's done a really good job of calling plays and getting screens off, and we've got the running game going as of lately. So we're headed in the right direction, and we just need to continue to work and improve.
I'm with Carson Palmer, the quarterback of the 7-1 Arizona Cardinals, fresh off their win in Dallas on Sunday. And man, Arians, he is aggressive, Carson. I mean, his play calling, he is constantly pushing the ball down the field. And we always in the media talk about watershed moments for a team. And when successful seasons go down, you pinpoint a moment that you can recall when things went in a direction that pushed you even higher. That play call with Josh Brown to beat the Cardinals, to go up on top when people might expect you to just go down the field and get a field goal. What was that like in the huddle to hear that play called, Carson?
Well, that's just how he is. I mean, that a lot of people thought that was surprising on 3rd and 5 to take a shot when we had a couple guys open on 3rd down to keep the sticks moving. But that's his offense. I mean, he's playing offense on offense, and there's a lot of coordinators and a lot of people that play kind of defensively when they're on offense, if that makes sense, and kind of play to the field position game where, if it's not there, you check it down, you punt the ball, and you change the field position. That's not Bruce's way. Bruce's way is we're going to take shots. I want the defense knowing that we're going to take shots so that we will take our checkdowns and we will take some of the underneath stuff. But if a shot is there, take it and go for it. And if you miss it, you miss it. But you're going to have enough opportunities at those shots that you're going to hit a couple is kind of the mentality. And I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me to say that he's playing offense.
No.
He's playing offensively on offense, and that's just his mentality, and that's really rubbed off on us on offense.
So does that mean you could say Todd Bowles plays defensively on defense, or he looks pretty offensive
absolutely.
to me, right? I mean, he's just going. What would it be like? What's it like in practice? Obviously, they can't touch you, but defense, they're bringing the house half the time.
It's no fun. It's no fun. I mean, there's a lot of cover zeros. They do a really good job of bluffing cover zero and then dropping out and dropping 6 and 7 into coverage. It's awesome. I mean, they find problems in protections and make it really difficult on running backs and tight ends having to stay in and block. And I'm glad we don't have to play them. I played them enough in OTAs and training camp, and every day it was a new pressure. And every day we would go in and into the meetings afterwards and look at the pressure and then figure out how to block it up. And then sure enough, tomorrow it looked like the pressure from yesterday, but they're bringing it from the other side this time. So he's always changing things up. He's a phenomenal coordinator, and guy. I know those guys absolutely love playing for him.
Carson, I don't want to punch the clown here in a way, but I mean, it sure looks like the arrow's going up. I mean, soon there's going to be a lot of bandwagon jumpers on the Arizona train that may pull into your own home stadium for the Super Bowl. Are you ready for that, Carson? It's coming. I really feel it.
I hope you're right. But honestly, that's not our train of thought. We hear about it all the time. Obviously, the Valley here, Arizona is ready for the Super Bowl. Our fans are excited about it. We're excited about it, but we got a lot of football to play. I mean, we're only halfway there. Like I said earlier, we have a lot of division games coming up, and those division games are what really kind of make or break you as a team. So. We know it's off on the horizon, and we know there's a lot of excitement in this area about it, but we're just focused on St. Louis, and then whoever's next, we're going to focus on them, and that needs to be our mindset all the way through the rest of the regular season.
And you talk about the division games. I mean, the team that's standing in the way right now, I guess, you're two in front of the defending Super Bowl champions, coached by Pete Carroll, who you obviously know so well from your USC days. Is that odd in a way? And amazing how football roads sometimes cross, Carson Palmer?
Oh, it's a small world. You never know who you're going to be playing for next year, or who's going to be on your team that you played against, or was on a rival team in college or in the NFL. But it's awesome. I mean, I couldn't be happier for Pete. I loved playing for him. I loved the opportunity, and I learned a ton from him. And then to watch him go there and have the success he's had. It's bittersweet because I'm happy for him because I really like him as a person, but he's in our division, and now there's somewhat of a rivalry, and we have to play them twice still this year. So it's exciting though.
All right, Carson. Well, I appreciate you taking the time of joining me here after that big win in Dallas, and give those kids the TLC they require. Colds, that's no joke.
Will do.
No, that's no joke right there.
Will do. I appreciate it, Rich. Thanks for having me on, buddy.
You bet.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.